Hey, Heartland fans. Welcome back to the ranch where love, family, and healing horses bring us together. Today, we're diving into the long-awaited Heartland Season 19, Episode 1, and trust me, this one's going to blow your mind. After years of heartbreak and resilience, we're finally seeing Ty's return to the Heartland family. How does he come back? What does it mean for Amy, Lindy, and the rest of the crew? Is this a dream, a flashback, or something much deeper? Get ready as we break down every heartfelt moment, the twists you didn't see coming, and the emotional roller coaster that only Heartland can deliver. Whether you've been with us since Season 1 or you're new to the ranch, this episode will remind us why this show holds such a special place in our hearts. So saddle up, grab your cowboy hat, and let's ride into this incredible premiere together. Don't go anywhere, you won't want to miss a second of this emotional reunion. Today, we're diving into one of the most anticipated episodes in Heartland history, Season 19, Episode 1. And yes, you read the title right. Ty's return to the Heartland family. Let's take a moment to reflect on how much we've been through since Ty's tragic departure. His absence left a hole not only in Amy's life, but in all of ours. Heartland has always been about moving forward, even in the face of overwhelming loss. But in this season premiere, the story takes a turn we've all been dreaming of. Could it really be true? Is Ty back for good? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? In this episode, we're reunited with Amy and the rest of the Bartlett-Fleming clan as they navigate life on the ranch. But the big surprise, Ty's return, throws everyone into a whirlwind of emotions. From the moment we see him step back onto the ranch, we're hit with a flood of memories, questions, and overwhelming nostalgia. How is this possible? Is it a flashback, a dream, or something even more unexpected? We'll break down every scene that leads up to his reappearance, the emotional impact it has on Amy and Lindy, and how the rest of the family reacts. Plus, we'll dig into the hidden details, subtle hints, and Easter eggs that may reveal what the writers have planned for this season. This isn't just about Ty's return, it's about what it means for Amy's journey of healing. Has she finally found closure? Or does this open the door to a new chapter in their story? And what does it mean for Lindy, who's growing up without ever truly knowing her father? Of course, we'll also touch on the rest of the Heartland crew: Jack, Lo, Tim, and Georgie, each bringing their own storylines into the mix. How does Ty's return affect the dynamics of this tight-knit family? Are they ready to embrace the possibility of healing, or will old wounds resurface? But this is more than just a recap. We'll explore how this episode brings the themes of love, family, and second chances to life in a way that only Heartland can. It's the perfect way to kick off Season 19, and I can't wait to hear what you all think about it. So stick around, we've got so much to unpack, from the emotional moments that'll tug at your heartstrings, to the questions that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. And as always, let's keep the discussion going in the comments. I want to hear your theories, your favorite moments, and your hopes for the rest of the season. All right, Heartland fans, let's dive into this incredible episode together. Saddle up and join me as we head back to the ranch to welcome Ty home. Let's rewind a little and remind ourselves what makes Ty's story so impactful. From the moment he arrived on the ranch as a troubled young man, we watched him grow into a devoted husband, father, and member of the Fleming Bartlett family. His relationship with Amy became the heart of Heartland, inspiring fans around the world with its authenticity and depth. When we lost Ty, it felt like we lost a piece of the ranch itself. And yet, here we are, with Episode 1 of Season 19 dropping a bombshell that's sure to keep us talking all season long. Ty's reappearance raises so many questions. Is this a miraculous twist of fate or something bittersweet, like a dream or a vision? And if it's real, How will Amy and Lindy navigate this new chapter in their lives? In this episode, we see the familiar warmth of the Heartland Ranch, the horses, the breathtaking scenery, and the family we've come to love. But there's a new energy in the air. Ty's presence changes everything. The scenes leading up to his return are filled with hints and emotional buildup. And when he finally steps into view, it's a moment that hits you right in the heart. Amy's reaction is everything you'd expect: raw, emotional, and deeply moving. Lindy, who has only heard stories about her father, experiences a moment that's as heartwarming as it is heart-wrenching. And let's not forget Jack, Lo, Tim, and Georgie. Each of them processes Ty's return in their own way. So, Heartland fans, what do you think? Are we in for a season filled with joy, heartbreak, or both? Let me know your thoughts, and let's keep the conversation going. Return in their own unique way, bringing layers of complexity to the story. This episode doesn't just focus on Ty, though. It also lays the groundwork for the rest of the season. Lou continues to juggle her responsibilities as mayor while trying to be there for her family. Jack remains the rock of the ranch, offering wisdom and support in the face of life's uncertainties. Tim, as always, has his own way of coping with emotional upheavals, which often leads to surprising moments of vulnerability. And Georgie? Well, she's stepping into a new phase of her life, balancing her ambitions with her love for her family. How will Ty's return affect her decisions moving forward? One of the things that makes Heartland so special is how it handles big emotional moments like this one. It's not just about the drama, it's about the quiet, heartfelt connections between the characters. In this episode, we see those connections deepen in ways that will leave you reaching for the tissues. But let's talk about the larger themes here. Ty's return symbolizes so much more than a reunion. It's about second chances, the enduring power of love, and the ways we carry the people we've lost with us. Whether this is a real comeback or something more symbolic, it's a reminder of how deeply Ty has impacted everyone in his life and us as viewers. As we dive deeper into the episode, I'll be pointing out the small details you might have missed: the looks, the words, and the moments that hint at what's to come this season. Could this be the beginning of a new era for Heartland? Or will it lead to challenges that test the family like never before? One thing's for sure, this season premiere has set the stage for an emotional, gripping journey. The return of Ty, whether permanent or fleeting, is a gift to fans who have stayed loyal to this show through thick and thin. It's a testament to Heartland's ability to surprise us, move us, and remind us why we fell in love with the Bartlett-Fleming family in the first place. So buckle up, because this is just the beginning. In this video, I'll walk you through every significant moment of episode 1, share my theories on what Ty's return means, and explore the emotional depth of the episode. Make sure to stick around until the end, where I'll share some behind-the-scenes insights and invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's make this discussion as vibrant as the Heartland community itself. What are your theories about Taya's return? How do you think it will affect Amy's journey? And what are your hopes for the rest of season 19? Alright, Heartland fans, it's time to saddle up and head back to the ranch. This is one episode you'll never forget, and I'm thrilled to break it all down with you. Let's get started. The episode begins with a serene yet nostalgic tone, setting the stage for the emotional journey ahead. The ranch looks as breathtaking as ever, but there's an undercurrent of something different, a sense that big changes are on the horizon. Amy is shown working with a horse, her connection with the animals as strong as ever, but her eyes reveal a lingering sadness. The weight of Ty's absence is still with her, even as she tries to find joy in her daughter Lindy and her work. Ty's unexpected return, the first big moment, comes in a scene that takes us all by surprise. Amy is tending to a troubled horse, one that mirrors the struggles she's faced in her own life. Just as she begins to bond with the horse, a familiar voice calls out to her. The camera pans slowly, and there he is, Ty. The way the scene is shot is breathtaking, from the golden light surrounding him to the stunned expression on Amy's face. It's as if time stops for a moment. But the questions start almost immediately. How is Ty here? Is this a vision, a dream, or something more tangible? The show doesn't answer right away, letting the emotional weight of the reunion take center stage. Amy approaches him cautiously, her emotions ranging from disbelief to overwhelming joy. Their exchange is heartfelt, with Ty reassuring her that he's here now, no matter how impossible it seems. Amy and Lindy's emotional journey continues as Amy struggles to reconcile her emotions. She's overjoyed but also fearful that this might not last. Her vulnerability is on full display as she confides in Jack, who offers his usual sage advice about cherishing the moments we're given, no matter how fleeting. Ty's return sends ripples through the entire Bartlett-Fleming family. Jack, ever the stoic yet loving patriarch, is visibly moved when he sees Tay. He's been a father figure to Tay since the early seasons, and this reunion brings back a flood of memories. There's a quiet scene between the two men where Jack places a reassuring hand on Ty's shoulder, a gesture that speaks volumes. Lou, who has always been pragmatic, struggles to make sense of the situation. Her reaction is more reserved as she questions arise about how this will affect Amy and the family dynamic moving forward. Tim, on the other hand, has his usual mix of bluster and genuine emotion, trying to mask his feelings with humor, but ultimately revealing how deeply Ty's return impacts him. Georgie, now older and wiser, has a unique perspective. She's thrilled to see Ty, but also wants to understand the reality of the situation. Is this a moment of closure or the beginning of something new? Easter eggs and symbolism. The writers have woven subtle details and symbolism throughout the episode. For example, the horse Amy is working with at the beginning represents her own journey of healing and trust. Its transformation mirrors Amy's emotional arc as she processes Ty's return. The episode also includes callbacks to earlier seasons, such as a scene where Ty and Amy sit together by the fire, reminiscent of their first moments as a couple. These touches remind viewers of the history they've shared, making Ty's return even more impactful. The mystery of Ty's return. As the episode progresses, we start to get hints about how and why Ty has returned. There's a conversation between Amy and Ty where he mentions that he's here because it's time, a cryptic statement that raises more questions than it answers. Is this a second chance? A temporary visit or something more spiritual? The show leaves these questions intentionally unanswered, creating a sense of mystery that will likely unfold over the course of the season. This keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, eager to see what's next. The episode ends on a powerful note, with Amy and Ty sharing a quiet moment together as the sun sets over the ranch. It's a scene filled with hope, love, and the promise of new beginnings, but also a lingering uncertainty. The final shot shows Amy looking toward the horizon, her face a mixture of joy and apprehension as Ty stands by her side. The episode opens with a quiet yet poignant montage of life at the ranch. The sun rises over the rolling hills, horses graze peacefully, and Amy is seen going about her daily routine. She's working with a skittish horse, echoing the emotional themes of trust and healing that have defined her journey. There's an unspoken melancholy in her movements. Her love for the ranch is evident, but so is the weight she still carries from losing Ty. Meanwhile, Lindy plays in the distance, her laughter a reminder of the light Ty brought into Amy's life. The opening minutes are filled with small, meaningful details, a shot of Amy glancing at Ty's old tools in the barn, a close-up of Lindy wearing a jacket that once belonged to her father, and a brief moment where Jack pauses on the porch, gazing out over the land as if sensing something is about to change. The build-up to Ty's return is masterfully done. The first hint comes when the camera lingers on Amy's face, as she hears a familiar sound, Ty's voice calling out to her. Her reaction is a mixture of shock, hope, and disbelief. The cinematography here is exquisite, with the scene drenched in golden light as Ty steps into view. Amy's initial reaction is to freeze, her mind racing to comprehend what she's seeing. When she finally moves toward him, it's hesitant, as if she's afraid he'll disappear. The dialogue between them is minimal but deeply impactful. Ty says something simple yet profound, like, "I told you I'd always find my way back," which sets the emotional tone for their reunion. Their embrace is a culmination of years of longing, and the raw emotion in this moment is palpable. The scene cuts between close-ups of their faces and wider shots that capture the sweeping beauty of the ranch, underscoring the enormity of the moment. After the initial shock, Amy begins to process Ty's return. Her emotions are a whirlwind joy at seeing him again, fear that this might not be real, and a deep sense of vulnerability. There's a powerful scene where she confides in Jack, who listens with his trademark quiet wisdom. Jack reminds her that life is unpredictable and encourages her to focus on the present rather than worry about what might come next. Later, Amy shares a quiet moment with Lindy, who asks innocent yet heart-wrenching questions about her father. Amy struggles to find the right words, but the scene highlights her strength as a mother. She reassures Lindy that no matter what happens, their bond as a family will remain unbreakable. Ty's return doesn't just affect Amy. It sends shockwaves through the entire family. Each member reacts in a way that feels true to their character. Jack. As the patriarch, Jack tries to remain grounded. There's a touching scene where he takes Ty aside, his voice steady but filled with emotion, and says something like, "You've always been a son to me. I don't need to understand how you're here. I'm just glad you are." Lol. Lou's reaction is more analytical. She questions how Ty's return will impact the family, particularly Amy. Lindy, her protective nature, comes to the forefront as she tries to balance her support with her concerns. Tim's reaction is a mix of humor and emotion, as is typical for him. At first, he makes light of the situation, joking about how Ty managed to find his way back. But later, in a quiet moment, he admits how much he's missed Ty's presence on the ranch. Georgie, now more mature and thoughtful, approaches Ty's return with cautious optimism. She's thrilled to see him, but also wonders what it means for the future of the family. This episode is rich with symbolism that ties into Heartland's overarching themes. The troubled horse Amy works with at the beginning represents her emotional state, frightened and hesitant, yet yearning for connection. By the end of the episode, as the horse begins to trust Amy, it mirrors her own journey toward acceptance and healing. The final scene where Amy and Ty sit together as the sun sets symbolizes a new beginning. The fading light represents the end of one chapter and the promise of a fresh start. A brief scene of the family gathering for dinner highlights the importance of unity. Even as questions linger about Ty's return, the shared laughter and warmth remind us of the strength of the Bartlett-Fleming bond. The episode doesn't fully explain Ty's return, leaving viewers with a tantalizing mystery. There are subtle hints sprinkled throughout Ty, mentions feeling pulled back to the ranch, suggesting a spiritual or emotional force at play. A brief flashback scene shows Ty in an ethereal setting, hinting at a possible otherworldly explanation. Lou discovers an old letter from Ty, written years ago, that seems to foreshadow his return. Wow, what an incredible episode to kick off Season 19. Heartland never fails to bring us those heartfelt moments that remind us why we love this show so much. Ty's return, the emotional reunions, and the lingering mysteries have set the stage for an unforgettable season. Thank you so much for joining me today as we dove deep into this powerful premiere. Your love and passion for Heartland make this journey even more special. and I'm so grateful to share it with you. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. What did you think about Ty's return? How do you feel about Amy's reaction? And what are your theories for the rest of the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We've got so much more Heartland content coming your way, and I can't wait to explore every twist and turn with you. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and as always, let's keep the spirit of the Heartland family alive. See you soon.